Let's tell a story. Last night,
What?
I didn't say hi, friend.
Oh, that's fine. Say
do
hi,
after.
friend. Anyways, hi, friend. Hi, friend.
Hi, friend. Anyway, so let's tell a story. Last night, Alex decided that he was gonna just play video games. We got back from a nice dinner with our friends, and he wanted to play video games. I wanted to play video games too, actually. I wanted to cozy game. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna use my Steam Deck, and he's gonna be back in an hour.
Nope.
I wake up at 4 a.m. to a thump. I'm thinking we're getting robbed. I wake up, I turn around, and I'm like, you know what? No, because sometimes, you know, when you're in a dream and your dream is the thump.
Yeah.
So I turn around and I'm like, no, that's an intrusive thought. Like, I'm going back to sleep. And then I thought, no. I flipped my arm over to Alex's side of the bed. He's not there. 4 a.m. He's still playing video games. I open the door. I'm like, hello? He's not there.
He didn't answer.
Then I'm like, you know what? He's probably upstairs showering in the guest bathroom to try to be nice.
Yeah.
My man dropped the shampoo bottle in the shower. So he got all the way upstairs, all the way to the other bathroom, and still woke me up.
That is insane.
Then
At least talk about the effort that I went through.
Yeah.
he
I
did.
mean, you can
It was a
tell
good
that-
effort, but also when you sleep up there, we hear you in the bathroom. So it's not like he knows that that's happening. Like, even if you walk up there, you can hear it.
Yeah.
So, like, couldn't you shower in your bathroom in your office?
Wouldn't it still, I guess you could
No,
still
it
hear
wouldn't.
it.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be right above my head. It would
That's
be down
true.
the hallway.
But also, that is insane that you wake up from a thump in a bathroom above you. Like, that's wild.
Right. Well,
And shampoo
so then-
bottle falling isn't that,
so
can't
then-
be that loud.
So then I'm on my phone and he walks in and he's like, why are you awake?
Because he went through all the effort.
I was like, why do you think I'm awake, honey?
Oh my God.
Then it took me an hour to fall back asleep. He falls asleep before me, snoring away. And then what do? Snore all night.
I have a question. If you're so deaf,
I don't know. But I hear it. I'm not a light.
That
I'm
is
not,
insane.
I'm not a heavy sleeper.
yeah, you're a very light sleeper, but you're deaf throughout the day.
And then we decided to actually be professional and do a real intro.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friend.
Welcome back to the Friend Podcast. I'm your co-host, Sarah.
I'm your co-host, Sabrina.
And welcome back to another riveting episode.
I think it's golden to have little Alex moments in the background.
We're
I always
filming-
try to amp it up.
We're filming in a communal area.
Yeah.
So what's new?
Oh, I hate this question. We need to change this little segment. What is new? Nothing's new.
Tomorrow I embark on the last 5 days of my internship before spring break
Pop
for
off.
2 weeks. And I'm
Ecstatic.
like, I will be Friday. You're not even going to see me. I'm going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
lightning speed. Like, so,
That drive home
yeah,
is gonna feel so delicious.
delicious. So yeah, that's what's new. Oh, yesterday was daylight savings time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
today was daylight saving time. I always get that.
That explains
confused.
why I'm a little tired.
Yeah, it's really only 12:30, but it feels like, or it's 1:30, but it feels like 12:30. But it'll be light till 7.
No more seasonal depression.
It is kind of cold though, so it
It
feels.
is. It's very windy.
It feels weird.
But at least like you'll see the sun from inside your cozy house, and you'll still feel a little happy. You know, hopefully.
I will. Nothing is anything new.
I'm dog sitting again for a while, so you know it's the same old. Being bored, sad, lonely. The dog that I'm watching right now is having a hard time. He really misses his owners, so that translates to me, and I get really sad.
Because he's not like interacting.
No.
Yeah, he's
and I
just,
don't know
like-
how to help him. There's nothing I can do.
Do you sit downstairs with him?
Yeah. Oh, yesterday there was a huge storm that passed
Oh,
by
yeah.
real quick, and he's terrified of lightning and thunder, and he was shaking like for 2 hours. The thing passed. The storm passed by. I think it was like 20 minutes, and he was shaking for 2 hours.
Do they have like a couch downstairs?
On the first floor, no. It's
What-
like empty down there. It just has toys for him.
It's just like an empty room.
Yeah, and his bed.
They don't want to like put furniture.
No, he's a big like furniture destroyer.
Oh, so do they like keep him down there when they're not home?
Yeah.
Cutie. He's cute though.
He's very cute, very sweet. Just going through it a little bit.
Aren't we all? Yesterday we went to Top Golf with some
yeah.
friends, and that's the first time I'd hit like golf balls in like since Michigan last year probably.
Really? I thought
Because
you
my
went-
dad's been like so like immobile.
That's very true.
So
Yeah.
I hit like 80 golf balls and my arms and my back tweaked.
Oof.
I'm just not as nimble as I once
Did you
was.
win?
I won the first game, but then one of our friends, like we went with our couple friends, Ian and Bethany, and Ian like started absolutely like demolishing everybody because he just got the core power and everything. He was
Yeah.
hitting really far, and it's like the second time he's played golf in his whole life, and I was like, that's rude.
That is rude. Okay, well, now you have to test him on an actual golf course.
Yeah, I was telling Alex that like now you all know how to use your driver, but like
Yeah.
your irons and your putters are like
Yeah.
the majority of the game. You only hit your driver off the tee normally. So
Yeah.
that's like one of 5 parts of golfing. So
I remember when you, at the beginning, where you only played with your driver. Remember that? That was so goofy.
I couldn't get to go anywhere with any club except my driver.
Yeah, no, you're really good.
Yeah.
To me. I don't know
I'm-
anything,
I'm-
but
No, I actually played better than I thought I would. I am curious to see like a driver though.
yeah.
I did pick up my irons to start trying to just hit into a target, but it didn't really go so great. So I feel like it's hard to aim a golf ball.
It is.
Normally it's like, okay, I have a right hook, so I'm going to turn my body left so that
Yeah.
it goes more straight.
I feel like just to be able to play golf, like learn the basic skills of even like knowing how to hit a ball properly is already hard enough. I can't imagine learning to aim it. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. So it's a skill
Yeah.
that I do
Old
possess
men have.
sometimes. Yeah, I don't know why men are just good at it.
Yeah. They just
Question
like
mark.
figure it out somehow. Alex, maybe when you're like
50.
you'll magically become better.
A lot of
at
Asians
golf.
like to golf. What's your favorite of the week?
My favorite is, and it's been my favorite for a while, but I just got a big tub of it, so I'm obsessed. It's the how do you say it? Tatcha dewy skin cream.
I gave
Love,
her
love,
my
love.
trial size from Sephora once
Yeah,
because I didn't like the smell.
yeah. I don't mind the smell, but
And
it's
then
not
she
the
got a new
best.
one. Similarly, I went to Sephora yesterday, and Sabrina is in her makeup era, but I'm in my skincare era.
Yeah.
So together, I don't know, could be a duo.
Oh yeah. I
But
could learn a little something about skincare.
but I've been having a lot of problems in my T zone with acne, but only in my T zone, like nowhere else.
Yeah, I've noticed that. How
But it's been
strange.
like the past like year ever since that skin infection
Oh.
thing. Because if you I look back at pictures of like around the time that my dog died, which was like a year ago.
so
almost.
it's stress related.
Yeah, I think so.
That would make sense with your life right now.
Yeah. So if you look at like pictures of me from May, like around the time Starberry died, and I got that skin blister and thing. Well, my dog dying was actually not why that happened. It was my mentor. It was actually, my internship.
Yeah.
But if you look at like in March, I didn't have any there.
Yeah.
But then if you look at like, my first one was in April. And I don't know, I think it's like, but then they've never stopped there. So I'm thinking that it's also just like, that's where my skin's collecting debris, dirt. So Bethany recommended this Caudalie.
Oh god.
Alexa, stop. Alexa recommended. Oh wait, what? Bethany recommended this cream, like Caudalie vitamin C red clay detox
Oh.
mask. And fun fact for all you Caudalie girlies, because there are a lot of them. I stayed at their resort in France when I was 7, and we went to the
Oh.
spa, and they have like all Caudalie products, like. So now seeing it, like buying it in Sephora as like a 24-year-old versus when I was there when I was 8 and I like didn't know
Know what
anything
the
about
heck
it.
it
Yeah,
was,
now I'm
yeah.
like, I've been here. So it's gross. So if you have trypophobia, just a warning. It shows. So it goes on pink, but pretty clear, and then as it works, it dries, and then you see every single one of your pores like through the mask.
Oh.
So it's just better to not
I
look.
feel like I would love to.
Yeah, I was
love
looking at it like I'm gonna gag. But I'm hopeful. It's my favorite because it smells good and I
feel like it's
I
doing
feel like it
something?
closed my pores, almost not close them, but help them like draw things out almost immediately. So hopeful for that.
That's interesting. I haven't even heard of that.
I should put on Alex's nose. What's your hyperfixation? Oh, also wait. have to tell you something. So Bethany also, we went on a journey yesterday, and she told me about this stuff called Lanolips.
Lanolips.
And my friend Colleen from college is obsessed with lanolin cream, which is the stuff you put on your nipples after you have a baby when they're really cracked, because it's just very hydrating, like lanolin oil. And Bethany was like, she said she heard from like some influencer that girlies who really like Aquifer and Vaseline really like Lanolips.
Yeah.
So it's this new brand, I guess. I don't know if it's new, but you can only get it at Ulta and Target and Amazon. So I ordered it, and in a week's time I will let the girlies know whether or not that's my new favorite.
Like we've talked about Aquaphor, like I think 3 episodes already. So like,
so
we
if
can
it
tell
works,
you're on that journey to find the right product.
Because listen, guys, people who don't, crazy to me.
What is, like, just if you don't wear lip balm or anything often, what are you doing? How are they staying comfortable?
I don't know. My mom doesn't.
I just need to. Really?
White people.
She
Tap in.
walks the dog too. Like,
I know. She's never dry though. Woman's never dry. She's never ashy.
Insane.
I don't know. What's your hyperfixation?
My hyperfixation is ghost hunting videos on YouTube.
You've really never not been into that though.
I've always been into it, but I had one like season in my life when I was a teenager where I watched Ghost Adventures, and I was very into it.
Yeah.
And it spooked the hell out of me every single day, but I couldn't stop watching it.
Is it still spooking you?
Yes.
And you can't stop watching it?
Yeah. But you know what I've discovered? That if I watch it during the day and then I watch debunking videos to prove that they're fake, I feel fine. So I watch something that I believe, and then I watch something to not believe in it.
Okay.
So I'm not scared. That's the trick.
Okay. My hyperfixation, as I mentioned to Sabrina this morning, is Priscilla Presley.
Yeah.
So randomly, a couple months ago, I got these like Elvis Presley TikToks about like Graceland and the house, and like, you know, I'm always into like weird celebrity deaths, actually just true crime celebrity deaths and like celebrity addiction and stuff. I'm like always like, tell me more. So I got into this weird like Graceland talk, and now I'm all of a sudden on Priscilla talk, and it's just very fascinating to me. So I'm gonna watch the movie. It's on HBO Max.
Oh, is it?
So I'm gonna watch the movie, and you know, looking forward to unpacking that.
Yeah.
Deep diving.
I've always heard stories here and there about her, but I don't know very much. I know more about Elvis than I do about her.
I care more about her because I feel like she was she was 14 when she moved to his house.
Yeah.
He's like a predator kind of.
Oh, definitely. It's a canon event that every immigrant kid unlocks this conversation with their mother, and about how like they were practically victims of like shit like that. Like they did have predators. Like they always date. They were like 13 dating like a 25-year-old.
Didn't your mom do that?
Yeah, she dated, her first boyfriend was a police officer when she was 17, and he was like what, 26,
Andrea.
I think. Yeah. Isn't that insane? And
That
then
is
my
crazy.
dad is 13 years older than her. She was of legal, was she?
No, she was 21 when she had you, so probably not.
She met him at 19. Met him at 19.
That's legal.
Yeah, and started dating him I think at 20.
Legal, not.
Legal, not great, but legal.
So yeah, today's episode we have another guest. We invited my friend Chrissy from my first university on the podcast. Well, I went to 3, so
Yeah.
and we talked about friendship and college and all sorts of siblings, all sorts of fun stuff. She let us in on like a personal story of hers about friendship. We really enjoyed having her on and explaining how friendship morphs over the years and how the clarity that comes with getting closer to 25. So we hope you enjoy the conversation. Okay, so we are with our second guest ever that we've had on the... Oh, I guess actually there was 3 of them. So
Yeah.
our 4th guest we've ever had on the podcast. This is Chrissy.
Hello.
I met Chrissy at my first college. I've been to 3 now. We've both been to 3.
We have been to 3.
I met her at the first one, arguably the worst one.
Correct.
And then I introduced her to Sabrina, as you know,
one does.
as one does. So now, and they like built like their own friendship too. So best friends. We wanted to talk about the importance of, friendships and how they change over time. And the importance of low maintenance friendships in your life. And I thought of no one better than one of my most epic stories of growth in a friendship. So yeah, I guess you can tell them, like, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Chrissy? What is she? Who is
We
the
are
real Christine?
still figuring that out. But
The word of the year is clarity.
it is clarity. Oh gosh. I'm getting clarity every day. My eyes are getting clearer.
Actually, probably worse because we both have bad eyesight.
That
but
is
the
also
brain is
true.
getting clearer, and that's what matters.
No valleys or lumps.
What is it? No, is it valleys or lumps? No.
No ridges or
Ridges or bumps, no valleys or humps.
Smooth brain. That's how I describe my dog. Let's see. I'm 24. Depressing. As soon as I turned 24, my knee started to hurt, and so did my back. My back's been in shambles since the day I turned 24.
Yeah. That's so real.
Finally, a senior in college. It's taken us a really long time. Yeah.
Well, we've been seniors the whole time, technically.
Correct.
Just not really
Fourth year
graduated.
seniors.
Is it? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's basically
Yeah.
fourth year seniors. I love it. I love this journey.
Do you?
I do. I'm married. So fun.
Yes.
So fun.
How long has it been?
Coming up on 4 years.
Dang.
4 years.
Dang.
Just about as long as I've been a senior.
Yeah. She came to my house and was like, I want to tell you something. And then she was just like, I'm getting married. And I took a whole shot of Crown Royal. Guess who doesn't drink? Me.
It was really scary. I was scared for you.
You were like,
there were a lot of things that happened that night. That was
yeah.
probably one of the things you did not expect to happen.
no. But honestly, it hasn't really changed life for anybody. Because you just like got married. You didn't have like a wedding. So it's just...
And I feel like the most important thing for me, because I knew it was just like a big change in my life, was just to keep everything the same. Like I still come over here and hang out without him. Like sometimes sometimes I come in and she's like, "Oh, I thought Trey was going to be here." I'm like, "No."
The last time I saw you, Trey was here though.
That was like
Yeah.
a party.
Yeah. But if it's like hot, like so her husband Trey was in the military, so like the first 2 years of your marriage he wasn't even here.
Yeah.
So like I'm used to it. He's
I'm
here
used
now.
to it, too.
He's like, 30 miles that away. But yeah, if it's like we developed even with Alex, I feel like we developed the Quattro vibe.
Yeah.
When he was gone. He's always welcome into the vibe, but
No, he is not. That's totally
we
lie.
took his little brother to Hot Pot.
Oh, yeah.
That was so
Hot Pot's,
depressing.
Like, one of the meal that we all bond over. Like that's what
We're going there tonight.
We're all going there tonight. And we brought his brother. Why did we do that?
because he wanted to go to Top Golf.
Oh, right.
And then I said, we're going to a place that is like ramen, but it's not.
Because he likes Top Ramen.
Yeah,
Like the
I was like,
Mauritian brand.
it's not out of the packet. It's not $1. It is actually $25 for you to sit there and get your
Now
ramen
it's
noodles.
like 40.
Yeah. But I told him everything about this. We got there. We got him everything close to it. And he goes, this isn't the ramen at home. I'm like, well, duh.
He ate chicken.
Chicken.
Who gets chicken?
Did
It's
he
a waste of
only
money.
eat chicken?
He only ate
and
the
ramen,
chicken.
But he didn't want the
And
noodles.
nope, he didn't like the ramen
But the
noodles.
noodles are the same.
Arguably the worst $30 I'd ever spent.
Yeah. How old was he at the time?
It's probably a couple years ago.
He was like 11.
Well, not too old to be acting like that.
Correct. But yeah, there's nothing really interesting about me. I'm like a fitness.
That's not even
fitness,
fair.
fitness junkie, I guess.
Yeah.
I have my hyperfixation is always just challenging myself
Yeah.
athletically.
You did the
Yeah.
75 hard.
I did.
I remember I went to yoga with her once in college. That's emphasized on the once. And her and my roommate were just like competing to like who
We
could
were
stretch the
competing.
deepest. And I was like, you know what? This might not be for me.
We were competing.
You also injured Alex.
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
mean that was such an accident.
One
I
time,
felt so bad.
Her and Alex shared a gym membership for a while, and they went together once. And Alex comes back, and he like looks apparently fine, but he's like, I don't think that my hamstrings are supposed to be in this much pain. And I was like, oh, you look fine though, like nothing's swollen. This man started peeing blood, and I look it up. And apparently you can like atrophy your muscles so bad that they just start like leaking into other parts of your body, and you have to go to the hospital for that. And I was like, Chrissy, what the hell did you do, bro?
This wedding almost didn't happen.
Yeah. But he didn't do it as bad. Like, I guess there's like degrees of the severity, so it wasn't as severe. But she did almost kill him.
I will like to also preface that the largest weight I had ever picked up for either of us, whether it was a plate or a dumbbell, was 20 pounds.
So maybe he just like didn't bend correctly.
Yeah,
or, like,
maybe
he
he
snapped something or something.
I can see him like tensing up a lot and like just doing something wrong, maybe.
Whatever it was, it didn't look so good the next day. But
Anyways.
didn't he throw up too?
He did.
Yeah.
There?
I saw his legs shaking, and I was
leg.
like, oh, he reached second stage muscle failure. And I was like, oh.
But then Trey went and did it with you, and then he also
And
threw
he
up.
also threw up. And I'm like, I think it's just the boys.
Just fucking strong.
I think I just need some girlies. I don't need the boys.
Yeah. Was it legs?
It was legs.
It's always legs.
It was legs.
They can only do upper half.
Well,
Alex
then-
should have had strong legs though, because of the soccer. Like he did at the time, but this was too past his prime.
Yeah, it had been a while.
Yeah.
To be fair, women have a stronger lower half because, you know,
Yeah.
we're supposed to birth children.
Yeah, it's naturally just
It's-
like stronger. And then
naturally,
your
we're
upper half
just-
is chickeny.
Yeah, you know, that's okay.
I was doing Pilates.
We don't need it.
I was doing Pilates today, and it was like it was a move where like reformer Pilates, and my hands were like in the straps, and you have to like push your whole body like with your hands,
God.
or like with your arms, like this.
Was it?
And I was like, oh, I'm heavy. And it's not even that much of a spring. Like it's pretty light springs, and I was like,
Nothing will be more humbling for you than taking a Pilates class.
That's what
yeah.
I told her.
And my legs were doing the
scared.
the little jiggle. I was like, all right.
All I see on TikTok is these women, and they look fit, and they're shaking and sweating like
Yeah,
crazy.
but I actually didn't sweat at all, and you know I sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's true.
So, but this was also my like reform, like it was a level 1, and it's honestly like a glorified yoga, like it's stretching.
Yeah.
But and then they're like strength move, and you're like, hey yo.
How
but
long
then
was it?
50 minutes. But I'm pretty into it. Like I can't. So the subscription to the membership to Club Pilates is like $250 a month. And you know, I'm not in that. I don't make any money. I'm an unpaid intern, so like I can't commit to that, especially because you'd have to do like 6 or 7 classes to pay that off, and I don't think I could do that. I would do like 4 a month, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
So
once a week.
that's what I did. Four times a month, because with the schedule, and sometimes their time schedules just don't line up with mine. Like
for solid core.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was mine's only 83 a month.
See, if there was, I have to look into that, but I don't know if there's tiers, but I think it's just one membership tier. It's not like tier 1, tier 2. So if it was just like a lower one, I would do that. But I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. But
Was the group thing fun?
honestly, so it was all older, like my mom's age, like 70s, and the instructor was 70. And
You love old people.
they were just like, it was calm. It's not like a high intensity workout, so you're also not really talking.
Yeah.
So like I went with my friend Bethany, and like we were on reformers next to each other, but we never talked to each other. We like did a little, but we weren't like
Until like you're actually comfortable with it. Even in my classes, and I go with my friend, I think the first few times we went, if I saw her like crushing it in a move, I'd like tap her and be like, great job. But you are so zoned in on trying not to fall, trying not to like die in this
I
workout.
gotta take the top off the sourdough.
I always just forget that there are other people in the class with me. I'm like, okay, so we're all struggling together. I don't need to look. It's fine. The only time I will look, though, is if I don't know the next move.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
where are we going? What are we doing? I really want to go to a class with you all.
I know. I really want to try like a group thing because doing it by yourself is only fun for so long, you know?
Yeah, no.
Like,
I don't go alone anymore. I think I went a few times, and I was like,
yeah.
no. I need some support in here. But yeah. The reason I say I don't feel like I'm as interesting, I have really nothing to say about myself, is I compare myself to my friends who have hobbies. I don't have a hobby. My dog is my hobby, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like But you're not uninteresting. Like, you have nothing to give to the world. You just don't have, you're in a place of, like, work and school.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's most people, I feel like.
Yeah.
And the only reason, like, if you mean me by your friends having hobbies, that's
Yeah.
because I'm unemployed. You know?
My hobbies only take place on the weekends.
Yeah.
Also, you're not really in a creative environment. Like, when you live by yourself,
I guess
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
you're gonna, like, there's gonna be things you want to do. You're not gonna do that when you live with your dad and your sister.
That's true. I guess that's
And
true.
your sister's whatever.
Oh gosh.
What is he?
If you're listening, clean up your room, please.
It's just
my friends and family are texting me about your room. Clean it.
it's just wild. Like, hey Maddie. It's just like how you do that on Instagram. I'm like, wow, that do be piles of stuff.
My favorite is when she posts videos of her cleaning it and it's all clean again, and I live with her. So I'm like, it's not going to last very long. But I'm glad you did it for the content, you know.
But now
Now it's like, you know what? I can see it as like her creative process.
Girly pop.
Her creative process is piling stuff up in her room and then cleaning it up, posting
Yeah.
it online.
I should tell my brother to do that too. He should be a content creator.
Oh, what happened with the cough syrup? Do you want to tell that pod?
Oh my god, yes. Okay, so 2 nights ago, it was literally
This
like,
man is every bit as the way that he sounds as the way that he sounds.
True. So 2 nights ago, I was playing video games at like 10 p.m. and I hear like not a scream, but like a shout from our bedroom. My brother was like, "Oh no!"
They share a bedroom.
Yeah, tragic. He goes, "Oh no, Sabrina, it's really bad. It's really, really bad." He didn't say anything.
You never know
else.
with this one.
Yeah, I walked in, and at first I didn't see it, but he was like, "I just spilled a bunch of cough syrup everywhere," and I was like, "Where?" And I looked down. It's on the carpet. It's on his bed, on his pillow, and it's like a line. You can tell that he like walked with it. So I asked him what happened, and he was like, "Well, I went to get my cough syrup bottle in the dark." So he grabbed it in the dark, and obviously the thing was off, and he just walked around with it and spilled it everywhere. 10 p.m. My mommy is in bed. And I had to clean it somehow. Yeah, I had to clean it somehow, so we just grabbed the carpet cleaner. Thing is loud as hell.
Got on their way.
Yeah, my mom did not get up. She said, "I don't care."
I'm stressed out.
Whatever these kids go through ain't me.
Yeah, it was really. I don't know how a person does that, but you know, that's
If
my
it's
brother.
gonna be, if it's anybody, it'd be him.
Yeah,
Facts. 100%.
it's the walking and something is clearly spilling and you don't
I
feel
feel like,
it.
yeah, I was like, you could definitely feel it. I feel like it would have hit his hand first.
Well, that's what he said. He was like, I
Something
thought.
felt wet.
Because he was also holding his water bottle, so he thought it was his water just spilling a little bit, and then he realized it was bad when
I just see
his
him in
hand
the
was
dark,
sticky.
like,
The way I'm seeing it is, if you're thinking it's your hand, he must be just gonna like,
yeah,
Yeah.
just whipping it around.
oh gosh.
But you've seen him put a plate in.
Yeah, one time I was at their house and I was just, observing. I just sit back and observe. So I'm watching him, and he puts a dirty plate in the fridge, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, haha." And I was like, "Yeah, oh, haha."
Sometimes it's just like turned off in there.
See,
He's not firing on all cylinders.
correct. This just reminds me of back in college when Sarah was hanging out with me and our other two former friends, and we were all just hanging out, having girl time. Like, I think that's part of girlhood, just being friends and hanging out in each other's rooms.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting around, and Sarah just has like this cute little moment. She goes, "I don't know what it's like to have sisters, but if this is what it's like, I feel like you guys are my sisters." And now I look back and I'm like, you don't wish you had siblings.
They also weren't my sisters. So.
Also, the downfall you had with them is exactly what it's like to have siblings, except that's blood.
Every
you got to
day.
go back.
You gotta go back.
It's like every few months.
Yeah.
And you could kill each other.
So be grateful.
Oh, I don't ever wish I had sisters. Siblings, nothing.
Yeah.
Me, myself, and me.
You got it.
That's how I enjoy my life.
You got it real good.
Yeah.
Except for when they die, your parents die, and you do it alone.
That's true.
You won't do it alone.
But sometimes I feel like they
I guess
can
we
get
get all
in
the
way.
money,
But yeah.
all the money, all the houses, all the furniture, all the cars.
Yeah.
Keep it to me. I'm not splitting with anybody. Y'all splitting half. If it's your dad's, you're probably splitting 4-4.
Four ways.
So what you each getting? Like
I don't know. Nothing.
property?
We don't even have property.
Not yet.
You have property in Brazil.
That's my mom's.
Oh, so then you have to split that with your brother.
Yeah.
Felipe don't want that.
Yeah, he's not gonna want it. He's gonna have his own house here. He's gonna be balling.
His suenito.
That's Swinny. It'll be my Swinny.
That's funny because my mom keeps contacting me and my sister for like splitting up stock and the house and stuff. And I'm like, you can have it. I don't want anything. I don't want it. If anything, you're going to be debt in a crappy
You
house.
already have debt?
Yeah.
So what? You want to split up the debt? You can give it to Maddie. It's okay.
Yeah. Just give it to that one. I don't want it. I'm already not there. So what are you giving me?
Does Shiva visit her more than you do?
Oh, yeah. My sister, anything hectic goes on around in the house with my dad or myself, she's like, I'm leaving, going to my mom's. And I'm like, okay. I keep getting requests on Find My, and my mom just wants to be my friend and follow me. And it's just like, no.
Especially fine.
That's my boundary. I put it up, baby.
Yeah.
Baby girl.
It's my wall. We can go into our friendship now that you said
Yeah.
that. That's a good one.
Chrissy and I met our first day of freshman move-in day 2018 at the University of Mary Washington in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I add it because if you think that you want to go there, you don't.
No.
So what she posted, there was a group where you got to meet all your roommates. That's where I found my shining star of a roommate too. And she asked for if anybody had a drill, a hammer, a screwdriver.
A screwdriver.
I saved the message. And it just so happened that she was on our floor. And so
Cutie.
yeah, so she asked for the screwdriver. I brought it over, and what else happened? Oh, she didn't like her roommate at the time. And so
Are you searching for the message?
yeah, I am. She didn't like her roommate at the time, and so she was hanging out a lot in our room.
Yeah. For more detail, which was really funny for me, but it was just kind of like a one and done thing. I just kind of came to her room and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Like, we don't have a toolkit or anything. I took it, used it, I brought it back to her. That was it. And then it was, we have to do this like really culty thing at our school where all the freshmen have to go to like
I found it.
a theater. Oh my gosh.
August 24th of 2018, the University of Mary Washington class of 2022 official group. Does anybody have a toolkit, specifically a Phillips screwdriver? ? My roommate and I needed to set up our TV, smiley face with 2 parentheses. Please and thanks.
Does this?
I was trying to seem approachable, personable, you know?
And so I said, we do room 522 Mason Hall. And then she said, oh, we live right down the hall. I'll be right there.
Does this make you online friends?
Oh, yeah. The crazy thing is, like, even after we had met, I didn't see her post at all introducing herself on the Facebook group.
Her last name is Dang, and I knew that she was Vietnamese and Alex was Vietnamese. So
Yes.
like my opener.
That
when we
was her
started
opener.
talking.
She kind of, like, I walked past her room as we were trying to line up, and she goes, are you Vietnamese? And I was like, who is yelling that? Like, who is saying that?
Because my boyfriend's Vietnamese.
Yeah, that was her opener, and then it was
You're
just kind of
probably
like,
like,
we
okay.
didn't see each other again ever. Like, it was very small moments of her trying, and I was just kind of like, this girl's really nice, but we're like doing our stuff, and I didn't actually like hang out with her and her roommates until the nightclub party thing they had for all the freshmen.
glow party.
The glow party. We met on the stairs.
Oh my god.
We met on the
this
stairs.
shit. Every time I think about any of this, I'm like, that was a fever dream.
Yeah. Keep in mind, we're 24 now. That happened when we were 18.
18.
Like, that's insane. But on the stairs, I had just met them, and I thought Sarah was like, I was like, oh, that's the girl that gave us like the screwdriver, whatever. And I was talking to her, and she gave me the vibe of like my little sister. Side note, she's older than me, but not at.
Oh, I thought you were talking about I reminded you of Maddie.
No. Like,
I was like I am offended.
no, like an instant like click where.
Oh yeah.
Because
No.
I'm very intuitive, where I'm just like, I can read people very easily. I'm like, this
Ugh,
girl's
I feel
really
like this
cool.
might be bad though. Hello.
I got a call from one of the nurses, and she said she wanted a copy of your speech. I said she didn't write a speech. That was just her talking.
Yeah.
I think you kind of blew them away.
Yeah, I'm pretty memorable.
You made a difference and you had an impact. How's that?
Love that for me. Thanks so much.
Love that for you, baby. All right, I know you're going out for hot fun, but I just want to let you know about that.
Love
That was
Paul.
Campbell, everybody.
Senor Campbell.
That was my dad. I did like a little networking thing for him today, so he was just calling to
Cute.
Congratulate the
congratulate
star.
me. Bitch, I'm a star.
You are a star.
You had one written.
I did. I can't just speak like that. Like
I really went on and on for like 25 minutes.
25
They kept asking me
minutes.
questions.
Interesting.
Anyway,
A
glow party, is that where we are?
glow party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, instant connection for me, where I was just like, "Oh, this girl's like really cool," and then your roommates just kind of came along. Great. One of them
Yeah,
was
they
like,
did come along, huh?
we got back to your room, and that's when we hung out and actually started to get to know each other, hang out, because the partying was not our scene. I was messing with her pretty much all night, so she thought I actually hated her. But I'm like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is how I show my love. Like, I just
Calling
pick
you
on
dumb and shit.
No, that's later. That's later.
Wait, how did you mess with her?
I was just more of like, I don't even remember. I think it was like we were doing the glow dots or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like just touched her face and she was like, oh, I don't really want the glow there. And I was like,
cool.
yeah, it was just
Oh,
kind
you're
of
wearing
like
makeup today, aren't you? Might be.
light messing with
Did it
her.
do something?
No. I just didn't know we were in that. I forgot you were in that era of wearing makeup every day.
Yeah.
I'm not.
We're learning.
Yeah.
Sabrina and I are
We
learning to do our makeup for your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, slay.
Yeah. And just everyday
we're getting
life.
there.
We're slowly getting there. But yeah,
It takes a lot of effort.
it does.
It's
It
harder
really
than
does.
people think. Like when
Well, you
s-
want it to be like natural.
Yeah. We're trying to master the natural base where it
Yeah.
looks nice. And
But you also want it
airbrushed.
to be pop enough, you know? Like, that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
different than every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
you don't
trying
wanna
to find that
look
balance.
like you have a bare face, but
Anyway, we just be going on side quests. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so then Chrissy and I became fast friends, which if I have anything to say about college, it's that you are gonna find fast friends because you're in a pressure cooker together of this, like, especially we went to a small school, it was only 4,000 kids, which is very small.
It felt like it.
Yeah. And so you're not like, you think that you know people, but you don't really know people.
yeah.
And yeah, so Chrissy and I became fast friends. We hung out basically like every day. And then my roommates ended up not liking her was what happened. And I wanted to stay on like good terms with my roommates because I was like, because I clinged. Chrissy kept saying like, you should really branch out. And I was like, no, like I found my girls.
Yes.
And she was like, no, you should really
She
branch
took
out.
that- I remember she took that as offense.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I like felt comfortable enough where we were in our friendship where I pulled her aside and I was like, I'm not trying to be mean, like, and I really value our friendship, but I genuinely think you need new friends. Like, you need to make more friends. And she took that as it's quality over quantity. And like, no, it's not even quality.
even quality.
Like, I'm
It's
just
because
saying.
I think like I always had not that many friends. Like I had a lot of friends, but I had like one best friend back home. Like Sabrina was my best friend. So to me, I was like, oh, I don't need. I thought Chrissy was saying like, oh, I just need more, and she was really trying to say like, just not these ones. And I was like, no.
I'm good.
Yeah, so it all blew up because my roommate started making me act a fool. This is also such growth. Like I think about like 18 to 24, and sometimes you're like, oh, that's not really that big of a difference. But brain wise, big difference because I was still trying to like people please when I was 18. So my roommates and I wanted to be close with them. So I decided that we should all just like they were bullying Chrissy, so I'd bully Chrissy because
Yeah.
I was like. So Chrissy and I all came to a head. Christmas break, right before Christmas break.
Literally
And-
the day I was leaving.
yeah. And she was like, we need to meet and talk about this because we literally met in a conference room.
We did.
Because she was like, I want to talk this out because like it's either that we talk it out or like I'm over this and I don't want to be friends anymore.
Wait. Okay, like emotional, like not even what's the word?
She invited all
just
of
like
us.
security, just like knowing how
yeah.
to talk to someone.
She invited us all to
Papa.
this talk, and guess who was the only one who showed up?
Wow.
It
Makes
was
sense.
it was her and
It was her. Oh, it was me. She invited me and my two roommates who we were all like in it together. And I was the only one that showed up. The rest of them were like, I'm going home. I can't deal with this. I'm scared. You don't know which one I'm talking about.
I'm scared.
yeah.
She was like, oh no, I'm scared.
No, the other one
Confrontation.
showed up too.
And then she left.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
That was the same one who then a year later.
Had a chat with you.
Is that a chat? Is that what we call that?
It was more of like a brief phone call, just kind
Was it
of like
brief?
degrading you. Her
Right.
entire walk across campus.
Yeah. Which is 15 minutes.
When it was really convenient for her.
yeah.
It
Because she
was
couldn't
funny.
do it in person. That was her thing. Like, she could never do it in person.
My favorite was at the end of her phone call to Sarah, as Sarah was crying and I was on FaceTime, was, all right, well, I got to where I need to go. I'm going to watch a show. Like, can we talk about this later? I feel like this was a good chat. And then they ended it like that. And I looked at, Alex had called me about what had happened. And I looked at him on FaceTime like, did that actually just happen? That's how you end that phone call?
Yeah, so I talked
chat.
a little bit about that last week.
Yeah.
Or last podcast about mental health. Or like the podcast about mental health, I talked about what that conversation and what she said. But yeah, so I showed up to that meeting and we both, I was like, do you ever just feel like when people are being mean to somebody, you want to just like follow them?
Mm-hmm.
And Chrissy was like, can't say that I have.
Like, no.
But that was really what it was like. I was being honest. Like, I wanted them to like me, and they all didn't like her. So I was like, all right, I don't like her either then, even though I did like her. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very normal for people, like teenagers do that a
yeah,
lot,
now I would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But back then, it sounds like back then, but it really was like back then.
It
Yeah.
was. It really
Yeah.
was. I would say I'm happy that experience happened only because I feel like if it happened to like any of the three of you, it wouldn't have gone as well. Like
Yeah.
I was probably the only one that was able to actually like just kind of move on.
Yeah,
and just be
Chrissy
like-
was like, all right, second chance, I guess. Remember when at Alex's birthday party, we were telling the story to one of Alex's, like not even friends, just like acquaintances. And he goes, why did not, like, just to ask, like, why did you even give her a second chance? And I was like,
That's wild.
yes, okay.
That's when I looked at him. I'm like, that wasn't the last time we had a little fallout.
Yeah. And then the summer after that, I feel like that's again like the pressure cooker thing. Like you think you know these people because you're living in the same, you're coming into each other's bedrooms essentially all the time, snuggling with each other, eating with each other, like doing everything together, especially if you're in a big school. And you don't know them at all. I had met her like 4 months before that big argument. And then the time of our second argument, we hadn't even known each other a full year. It was like 8 months or something. And that there's never another time in your life like that where it's so
Yeah.
intensely.
It's kind of like that thing you said in the boys episode about relationships where like you need to have a good foundation.
Yeah.
And this is just the same thing but for friendships. Like you jump into
I think like what Chrissy and I had that the other two didn't was like the willingness and the maturity to like have a big argument. And like the second time we had our falling out, we didn't talk for like 2-3 months, but like the willingness to like come back and be like, hey, like that sucked. Cause the second time was more you, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
so-
took turns.
Yeah. So like that sucked, but like, are we going to get over it? Cause like, I think that's when you decide whether you really want that friend or not. If you're like, okay, well, fuck that. That was dumb. Like, let's get over it. Or you're like, nope, this is the be all end all. And like, I'm not willing to like move on. And the other
100%.
two, you never moved on with them.
Oh no. It was more of just like sweep it under the rug. Cause after we came back from
It's very surface after
break,
that.
yeah, it was surface. And then I called one of them out and then I immediately apologized because I knew how sensitive she was. And she
Which one? Oh,
And yeah, she took that as like, we had this one argument. She called me out one time and she apologized and thinks it's all going to be okay again. First of all, that's my conflict management style.
Yeah.
I immediately apologize when I know I did something wrong. And because I did that, I feel like we should move on now
Yeah.
because it's one and done. I apologize. I owned it.
they're not like their emotional maturity though. I don't know what they're like now, but like
That's
at
the
that
word I was looking for.
yeah, at that
Emotional
age, it
maturity.
was like we were much more emotionally mature than them.
For sure.
We were more emotionally mature than them the entire time we were there.
Kind of showed. We're the only ones with stable relationships at
Well,
that
not
time.
anymore.
Well, it was stable for as long as it could have been.
Well, we don't know. I'm saying the other one has a stable relationship. Like they moved in together now.
Oh,
Yeah.
correct.
I don't know. Like,
But
and
that's
then
now.
I said that and also like just to like end this like portion, I just like want to reiterate that I don't have any. I like literally don't care about them anymore, and not in a mean way. Just like I wish you the best, and yeah, I wish you the best, and I don't know anything about them anymore though.
True.
Like we know what we hear or what we see on social media. I know that my direct roommate, not my suite mate, is living with her long-term boyfriend in like a new state. So, and they've been together for over a year. Like I'm really happy for them. But I don't know him. So, but I don't think I look back on it. I'm not sad. I don't regret it. I'm just like, wow.
I think of it as like a funny growing period for us.
Yeah. But I think like that was a real like catalyst in my like maturity in friendships of like this, like I'm going to be friends with who I want to be friends with, regardless of if this other friend likes them. And then that's just fine. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't think I ever did that again after like that.
No, I don't
Because
think so
you
either.
grow mentally.
Yeah.
Your brain is
You
literally
have
still
to.
developing.
Yeah, correct.
But speaking of people that like are stuck in pasts and can't emotionally regulate, Chrissy had an interaction with a friend like not that long ago.
We're coming up on
A year?
almost a year, because we ended in July.
But I wanted her to like talk about that friendship because I think it's a good example of like the difference between an adult friendship and like a high school, college friendship, or like a real world friendship and like a friendship that was forged in convenience, kind of.
Yeah, like in our youth.
Yeah.
It was kind of just more of like we were not in the same place.
We'll call her Patricia.
Patricia, yes, Patty.
My girl Patty.
We love her. So Patty and I actually met when we were 12.
Oh, wow.
We were friends in middle school. She was okay as friends. We were okay. Like, I wouldn't say we were best friends, but she was there. I was at a new school. Convenient. And then
Marriage of convenience.
yeah, pretty much. And then we didn't actually rekindle our friendship until high school when we played volleyball together. She was at a different high school, and she didn't play her senior year, and I didn't play my junior year. But then we like flopped, where she played junior year, I played senior year. And we supported each other through that because our schools were rivals. And that was great. We went to college together. Well, we almost went to college together. I got into JMU, but I didn't want to go to a big school.
That's where I wanted to go. JMU was my top choice and I got waitlisted, so.
It was
slay.
not meant to be.
No. I would have fucking killed myself.
You would have been in a sorority, though.
Oh my God, you would have.
Anyway.
Anyways,
We
well,
always talked about that in a different life. We would have all met at JMU.
yeah, we would have.
I was the only one out of state in this group.
Oh yeah. You're all
So
Virginia
wild
people.
that you chose that little.
Bro, Sabrina knows the dedication I had to getting out of this state.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go anywhere but here.
Which is funny because I was the
Couldn't go
same
to
way.
Alabama.
Right. No,
But-
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
But look at us now. We're both graduating at schools that we didn't want to go to because they were in our same state in literally a 30,
Our hometowns,
30 minute
essentially.
30-minute commute.
Yeah. And look
What
at
a-
us.
What a lovely story.
Anyway, back to Patricia.
Sorry, Patricia. You deserve your own time.
Does she?
In college, we were long distance best friends. I
Mm.
visited her. She never visited me because there's nothing to visit. And
Oh, and you went on one of the trips with my roommate.
yes,
The
I
chicken
brought
pho.
I brought your roommate with me to meet my friends.
Yeah.
because I thought this was going to be a growing period, a step forward.
Didn't
We
she
really-
sleep the whole time?
We
on
really
the way
took two
there?
steps back after that trip. But yes, I tried to introduce her to a cultural food of mine, Vietnamese. So I tried to get her to eat pho and summer rolls and spring rolls. Didn't like any of it. She left the bowl of pho with just, I don't even think she ate the chicken. I think it was just noodles.
She ate just the noodles.
Just the noodles.
Wow.
She only ate the noodles. Didn't even touch.
This girl was like the pickiest. She liked butter noodles, and then when you asked her, she liked steak and potatoes, but only the potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Girl, what?
No
You don't
sauce.
like meat? What's
No
wrong?
steak,
No
sauce.
A1 sauce. Not even A1. I was like,
kinda sad.
that's American. Anyways,
Moving on.
Does she eat a hamburger? Anything?
She would eat a hamburger.
chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Oh my God.
She
Anyways,
eats salmon though. Like it's weird.
it was weird.
Just
was
threw
a
me
time.
off.
Patricia and I were just trying to like, I don't know, she didn't have a lot of friends and I had a group of friends back at school. So she was always just trying to like grow, I guess, her network, but she's very introverted. So every time I came to visit or whatever, I would drop everything whenever something terrible happened because I knew she was alone. Like she broke up with her boyfriend. I literally cut everything off what I had that weekend with just my friends. And I said, I'll be down there to spend Valentine's with you because I don't want you to spend alone. I was a real girl's girl at that time.
You still are.
I tried. And then she graduated, super happy for her, landed her first big girl job, Big Four job. Congrats. Made a lot of money, but she still stayed at home in her room. She works in her room, lives with her parents, doesn't pay for rent. She has like no financial responsibilities. So I was still in school. COVID had happened, yada, yada, yada. We're back to a year ago where she was constantly asking me to schedule a time and day every week to hang out or have breakfast. And I was very uncomfortable with that. Granted, we now lived 15 minutes apart. I was really happy about that. I think she took that as, we're living 15 minutes apart. We can see each other 2-3 times a week now. And I was like, I have a dog. Unfortunately, I have a husband. No, unfortunately. I have a family. Like, I have to take care of things at home. Like, I have to pay for rent.
Yeah.
So I can't hang out all the time. And I work, side note, I work at Lululemon. Yay. So I am always with people and in a shopping center.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to go to a shopping center on my day off.
Yeah, you want to rest.
Yeah. And it was just really hard for her to understand that. And it caused a rift. And then at that time, also, I was matron of honor of my sister-in-law's wedding. And I had to plan everything myself. And financially, I wasn't ready to plan all that myself, but I did anyways. Turned out beautiful. And
Yeah, bro. I
Pat on the back.
I'm like, I decided to be financially in charge of my bachelorette housing because I was at lunch with Chrissy and I was like, let's just book this. So we booked it and like all these girls were like, I'm coming, but where's y'all money?
where is y'all's money?
Where's the money?
Pay the girl.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. Literally though, like 3 people have paid me. There's 14 people staying at that house and 3 people have paid me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
The 2 people sitting at this table have paid me.
Probably the
And one
I'm
other
not gonna say that, but
full-grown woman. Oh,
probably
no,
the poorest
other
ones.
Yeah,
The poorest ones have paid.
The other 2 that have paid me are like fully like women with children,
Yeah.
and the rest. Actually, that's not true. One of my other cousins paid me, but the bulk of the cost is not yet.
I don't think we're halfway yet.
No, we haven't reached our halfway goal, guys. Help us reach our halfway goal.
Go fund me for Sarah's bachelorette.
Anyway, so at the time you were like not willing to invest that amount of time in one friendship.
Correct. Like
That's actually
I see you guys
fair.
once every few months, and like
it used to be more.
it used to be more, but life happened, and we all have busy lives, and I'm grateful for the time we're able to like schedule a time to actually hang out. Yeah, we had to schedule this probably like 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah,
That's just adult life.
but yeah, I took we finally had like a chat, and she texted me a very long message and was like, hey, I don't really know what's been happening the last few months, but I've been feeling this way where you're not putting in enough effort to come see me or hang out or schedule.
She also made that comment about the gifts.
Yes, I was going to get into that.
Oh.
Yeah. So I messaged her back. I'm like, I need a break because I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
She said, yes, let's take a break. And I took that as, that's a break. So I did not talk to her for two months, the same as us, only because during that 2 months I had life happen. And then her birthday came around. I texted her, happy birthday. I'm sorry we're not talking right now, but whenever like the weekend's over, let's schedule a time. And instead of thank you, it was, I can't believe you said we're not talking right now. That was your decision. Like, my birthday's weird and us talking is weird now because of you. And I said, that's correct. I didn't want to start this during your birthday weekend. So we have our chat. We sit for 2-3 hours outside. It felt like a laundry list of everything I had done wrong in our friendship.
Like she went back.
Yeah, like she went back to like college.
Oh my.
And we had been at that time 3 years out of college
Back
already.
when you were breaking your
Yeah,
back.
when my back is a little sore. And she brought up my friends give me gifts that I just don't reciprocate because I'm not a big gift giver, but
She literally handpicked. Sabrina and I split a Kindle for Chrissy like 2 Christmases ago.
yeah.
And first of all, not that it matters, but we got it on sale. And it ended up being like 25 each a person. So it's not like anything crazy. And she specifically said like, you have that one friend that got you a Kindle and you never did that for me.
Yeah.
Girl.
Like that specific thing. I was like, bro, that's
It
what you're
was
picking.
so specific. I was just kind of like, I don't know how to
Also,
respond
what does
to
that
that.
have to do with her getting a gift?
That's what she
Shouldn't
was
it
saying.
be her giving you something like that?
We were talking about it. She's like, 1 year, a few years, I don't remember, I got you a Christmas gift and you didn't give me a Christmas gift. And I said, that could be false because I would never show up empty-handed when someone is giving me something because that's
But her whole
rude.
thing was like the friendship was tit for tat.
Yeah, it was like transactional.
Yeah. Like I did this, but you didn't do this, and you didn't do this when I did this.
Yeah. So, it was another conversation of me being attacked, but I just kind of sit there like, this person is coming from a family where her brothers are 10, 15 years older than her. She's the baby of the family. She's making like so much money and she doesn't pay for anything. Like I can see where the perspective is a little construed.
Yeah.
So I didn't really take it as anything. It was just more of like, I've outgrown this friendship.
Yeah.
You don't understand what I have to deal
You're
with.
trying to-
So, you know, at that point I realized, but at the end of that conversation, she brought up finances too, which
Yeah.
I would never bring up any of my friends' financial like successes or financial downs. I would never throw that in their face. And she said at the time when she invited me out for dinner, I couldn't pay because I was telling her I was saving for rent. And she goes, "Okay, well, I'll pay it." And she said my biggest red flag was at the end of dinner when she paid, I did not offer to pay for the next one. And as soon as she said that, I was like, this is it. This is over, because I will never forgive this. I'll never recover from this, because now if we become friends ever again, I'm going to be like, do I have to
Yeah.
put my card out? Like, whenever that happens, I never tell anyone I'm going to get the next one, because I just do it. Like, I
Yeah.
don't feel like I have to
Why does it have to be
vocalize it.
announced?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why do I have to announce it?
Also, I've been
Everything's
through
like-
like the splitting check things with friends, and I like if we're going out and we go get a little treat like Starbucks, I don't need you to pay me back for that. That was my idea, and you're gonna get a drinky,
Yeah.
and it's like not that much more expensive, like whatever. I do expect to be paid back for like a sit down dinner out if it's like our thing we're going to do.
Yeah.
But I would never be like also it's gonna balance out, because at one time or another that friend's gonna then pay for something else.
Yes.
And it's like eventually all the same. So why does it
Yeah.
have to be right in that moment that you're like, oh, don't worry, I'll get the next one?
Yeah, yeah. It was an interesting time. But after we had left that conversation, I texted her and I said, "Listen, I don't think it's a good idea for us to just become friends in this stage of our lives, because I am somewhere completely different than where you are, and that's not our fault. It's just
And it also shouldn't have driven, if it was a true friendship, it wouldn't have driven such a wedge.
yeah, that's true." I'm like, "You just sat there for 2 hours giving me a list of everything I did wrong. I could give you a list of all the things I did right, but I'm not going to, because there's no point. It's
Yeah.
over."
I think that also, so we were talking about the difference of like a low maintenance friendship of just like, yeah, we see you not even once a month. And
That
it's
was
not,
an example of high maintenance.
Yeah. And that's not, you pick up right where you left off. It's not like it's not weird. It's not like, what you doing? Like,
Yeah.
we talk all the time, but now we're having this structured time, but it's not like, it's just not weird.
It's not.
It
I
doesn't
see
need to be anything.
I see it as we communicate through TikTok. Like,
Truly.
I also don't even see the point. Yeah, everybody fucks up in a friendship. Like,
yeah,
no matter what or who you are, you fucked up in every single friendship that you've had. But
not ours, baby.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, everybody, yeah, because you're all, that's the other thing. Like, I think there's a difference. I'm not saying you don't have a friendship, but, like, the level of deep stuff you've endured together without me is, like, not that much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whatever you know, she knows. Whatever.
Right.
You know.
Whereas, like, obviously when we're together or, like, we're together, like, those are separate things, but they're both deeper because it's, like, we went through some shit, bro.
Yeah.
But I think that it's like not adult friendship should not be work.
It shouldn't be.
And
And
there
you already
is-
have work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
it
enough.
shouldn't ever be based in any like I don't know. I think men are much better at it than women.
They are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like Alex's friends and him won't see each other for months, and then they just are like, "Oh my gosh, like what's up, sexy?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then they like see each other on video, like online, and like that's enough.
yeah.
And that's essentially what I think women should do.
That's why I feel so comfortable with just us, because that's how we work.
Yeah.
That's how my other friends work too. So this one friendship just didn't align with that. And she was saying, "You like low maintenance friendships, but this isn't low maintenance. This is you just not caring about me." I'm like, "Actually, baby, it is low maintenance.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm sorry to break it to you."
Yeah, well, she always would say, like, in the text, because you sent it to me, it was like, well, with your other friends, you do this.
I do remember that. She
Yeah.
said, "Well, you just saw your friends recently." And I said, "That wasn't planned. That was her dad's retirement party
Yeah.
that he invited me to." She forgot that she...
Yeah, literally. My dad invited all these friends to his retirement party. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Chrissy, yeah.
Yeah.
He invited them separately. I don't think I even invited you. He was like, oh, make sure Chrissy and Sabrina and blah, blah, blah. And he knows and they know. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Okay. We invited them.
But also, why are you then, like, picking apart a separate friendship?
Yeah,
That's weird.
That was so weird
I
for
feel
me
like
too.
there could have been a different conversation had she had like a more emotional maturity. Like,
Yeah.
she could have been like, hey, I miss you. I feel like I need you around more for whatever reason or something.
Yeah.
Rather than like, why can't you be there for me like you are for other people or something.
Also, though, like I'm a chronic people pleaser, and you grow up more throughout life, obviously, and realize that it's like impossible to please everybody.
Yeah.
And also, if you're a people pleaser, it leaves literally zero time for you to do anything else for yourself. And like that's what happened in college. Like I was a single mom who works 2 jobs for these roommates. I cooked, I cleaned,
Furnished.
I furnished, I did everything. And then I would come home and actually have to go to work because I was trying to make money. The lowest Christy and I have ever been was when we were at Home Goods looking at wrapping paper. They were $5. And we both were like, I think I have a negative balance in my account. Like
Yeah.
I cannot buy this wrapping paper today.
Yeah.
That was the lowest we've ever been. And I vowed myself to never get that low again.
That was even credit cards too.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a credit card back then.
I had a credit card. Yeah. She was
And you were
not,
like, "Nah."
She was like, no, I'm not. I was like,
can't
I can't
happen.
use her today. Like, I know it's $5. I just can't.
But like that whole like it's just if you're burning yourself out in every aspect of your life, how are you ever gonna have time or space or room to do anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life should not be tiring. Friendship should not be tiring.
No, they're supposed to build you up more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, like friendships are not always fun, and there's always stuff that's gonna come up. But like, why is she then being like that? Just colors every single memory.
It did.
Yeah, like oh, so this one thing I saw, you're like
our Cox Farm trip.
oh yeah,
That just clicked in my head as soon as
I
you
remember
started saying
that.
that.
Now that
What's
you're
that?
you
That-
weren't even privy to that, but you were there.
So I wanted Patricia to meet my other friends because I had brought the other girl with me to homecoming at JMU. So I said, hey, they are in town. We can go to this farm near my house that I grew up, Cox Farms.
yeah.
And I was like, my friends are going to be there. You should totally meet them. And she goes, I thought this was just going to be you and I hanging out.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it started with you and I, but my friends were in town and I asked you if it was okay if they could also come so you could meet them. She had already paid for her ticket, everything. Sabrina already got there. And I was like, we're just waiting for Patricia. And Patricia would not answer my phone calls or my text. And
Oh,
she,
I do remember that.
Yep. And then she finally texted me back and goes, hey, sorry, I don't think I can come. Can you refund me for my ticket? I did refund her for a ticket because I was a people pleaser. I'm like, I want the $20 back, Patricia. And she just said, I really want it to just be the 2 of us. And I think it was really rude of you to invite your 2 friends to come. And I said, I asked you, and it was a time for you to meet 2 other important people in my life too.
I also think that's another thing about like, oh, the camera's dying. That's so cute. I think that's another thing about an adult friendship. Like Chrissy's birthday dinner was a couple weeks ago, and like Sabrina and I went, and I knew that I was gonna know somebody, like some people, but not everybody. And like you don't. There's not like you don't have to leave the restaurant kissing each other. Like you don't have to ever see those people again. But for that night, like you are invited as an equally important person in this person's life as everybody else sitting at the table, and you should treat it as such.
Yeah.
Like the fact that she couldn't, like you could have gone to Cox Farms and then like never saw us again,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You just do it.
Would
Yeah.
have still had your time.
And it doesn't
with
mean
you.
like we have social anxiety. Like the whole drive to your birthday dinner, we were like, oh my gosh, like who's gonna be there? Like what?
Yeah.
Because you're
like gotta get ready to socialize.
yeah, girlhood, you know,
Girlhood.
But it's not like if you go into it with a negative attitude, like you're not gonna be happy.
I also just like picked people that I know. It wasn't even like pick. Slim pickings. I don't have friends like that. I just my friends are just naturally just they get along with anybody. So
And
that's
also,
all-
you're not supposed to be sharing your social security number with them.
Yeah.
Just talk about surface level shit.
unlike somebody.
Yeah, like I talk about surface level shit. I had to get comfortable with that. Like you're not gonna be deeply involved with everybody.
True.
So like you don't need to force it.
That's where I felt like Sabrina and I got along. So Sarah brought Sabrina over for a weekend
Yeah.
in
Oh my
Mary,
God.
Washington.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
so sorry for your time there. But
You need reparations.
her 2 roommates, or her roommate and her suite mate, she was more excited to like just, this was the time where we were still in a riff, but they were kind of just like, hey, let's skip class and go to a farm and hang out. And you
My
guys
class
can
ended up
actually-"
getting canceled.
I skipped, but I skipped a lot.
We both skipped. Chrissy and I would find any excuse.
It's raining. Nap time.
we were, it was like raining. We both walked out and we were like, okay, well, if we have to, we're already late. And if we have to go back up and get our umbrella, that's going to make us even more late. So no.
Might as well just take a nap. That was when snuggle time was the thing.
Yeah. Chrissy and I spent a lot of time snuggling on a twin XL.
Anyways,
Cute.
Sabrina came over and I realized these other two girls just were not talking to her.
They would not. They barely looked at me. They
Not-
wouldn't interact with me.
Not
'Cause
engaging.
They can't.
Not engaging at all. And I felt so bad. I walked into this room hoping for like a big girl
Like a
group.
little sleepover.
Yeah. No. Silence. Everyone on their phone. And I just looked, I'm like, this is somebody super important in Sarah's life. Why does nobody want to get to know her? So I just kind of sat there. I was like, would you like to swap Tinders and just like go
Yeah.
through your type and I go through my type and see if
Yeah.
you find something? I did end up going out with one of her swipes. It was awful.
Wait, really?
He was very chug.
Oh, that's. I think you told me.
He gave me the ick. Yeah.
Well, he gave me the ick when you matched me with him too. But
Oh, you know.
I think it's like, that's a difference though. Like the willingness to just like jump in. Like what's the worst that's going to happen? That person's going to like not want to see you again.
I remember telling you, I was like, I feel like the only person that talked to me, like when we were leaving, that talked to me was
Yeah,
Chrissy.
I planned this really well because I hated being there. So I brought her back on a Tuesday and I left early on a Thursday.
Yeah, love it.
Poor Sabrina.
And I literally went into it. I hadn't heard much about you. You mostly talked about your sweet mate and your roommate, and I think that was a bit
Marty and Michael.
Marty and Michael.
Marty and Michael.
And that was like around the time I think you guys weren't. I don't
Yeah.
know. You just hadn't talked about Chrissy much.
Well, we had tumultuous times, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then, so I went into it expecting like fully sweet mate, roommate like time, and then when you came in and like you were the one that was being nice and being friendly, I was like, oh, who's this again? And what? Oh, okay, I like her. Like, cause you put effort into it.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it doesn't take much effort, especially for me. Like, just talk to us, just say hi. It was really just the like not interacting in any way.
Yeah.
Like, you did the bare minimum and it was enough. And, you know, even if we hadn't become friends,
How do you
after
know that was the bare minimum? I could be breaking my back.
even my bad. Even if we hadn't become friends after that, we'd literally like never talked again. You guys like weren't friends anymore. Like, I would remember that. I was like, okay, yeah, that person was nice. That's the bare minimum. It's just being nice
Yeah.
with anybody you meet.
Yeah.
But this is your PSA that all adult friendships should be low maintenance. And if they're not,
100%.
then ugh.
Yeah,
Get out.
It might be time.
It might be time to just cut it.
Yeah, like when you have bills and a husband and a pet and a house and a job and you go to school, what? I don't have time to be scratching your back. Like,
Yeah.
scratch your own back.
Yeah.
We got shit to do.
Yeah.
We do. That's what I was trying to just like say. You have stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to schedule you in for my regularly scheduled TV program. Like, I'm not. You're not coming in at 7 every
This is my
day.
YouTube time.
Yeah. No. And there are times, I think you guys can agree to, social battery. You're
Oh,
just
yeah.
drained. And there are times you'll
What do you mean?
flake.
I don't have 28 children screaming my name all day.
Overstimulated.
Miss Campbell, come
I
to the
just-
bathroom. Miss Campbell, blah, 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 hit me in the face.
She loves her name.
I'm like, I don't give up. They hit you in the face, hit them back. Come on now.
Yeah. You need that time. It's okay to flake. Let's just be real with that too.
Yeah.
It's a hot take for some people. It's okay to flake.
Nothing makes me happier than when someone flakes.
Yeah.
A free afternoon.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm about to put my comfy cozies on. Bye. See you next time.
Yeah.
That was funny because you put your comfy cozies on last week at like 3 p.m.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I had just also gotten out of the shower to put my comfy cozies on.
I sent her a video and I was like, I showered, no bra, none. It's 3 p.m., but comfy cozy time.
That's enough.
She sent it to me while I was already in bed, like ready to go, like just
You are the queen of grandmaing.
You are in bed a lot.
Yeah. I think I just
And I
spent
love that for you.
18 to 21, 22 just going out every weekend.
That's
It's
true.
done. It's over.
It's done.
That time of my life is over. Yeah.
I got back problems. I do. I can't be on the streets.
I found a video the other day. I sent it to Sabrina because she asked me if I had pictures. And I was scrolling through my photo album. And
Pictures of what?
I asked you for pictures too of yourself.
Oh,
of
yeah,
yourself. And I was like, I have funny ones, and then I stumbled
Me too.
across
I sent
the
some
time-
really good ones.
Yeah, both of you guys were taking at the same time these goofy ass photos.
Well, she was like, "Do you have any for your bachelorette party? You have any good selfies?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Let me pull some up." I sent her this one that I was gonna send. I sent her one that I was gonna send to my dermatologist, of this like skin reaction I was having, and then I sent her this one of me with Valentine's Day
cute.
glasses on.
I sent her the one with you in your bunny onesie.
Oh my god,
I was like, please put this.
I'm a
Put it
winner.
But yeah, I was scrolling through, and one of the videos I found was when Sabrina and I went out. This was the
Oh
time,
my gosh.
the time before your cute little incident, and
yeah,
we met these three
Is that what we're
guys.
calling it?
Yeah, incident.
they know.
They know. We're all friends here.
I've never been close to having an STD. Can you say the same?
Oh, I guess I could, but
If I didn't have that,
No.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you had your.
That was date rape. That was different.
yeah, that was.
Oh, God.
Trigger warning. I'm so sorry.
This is how you know they're dynamic and our dynamic. I'm like, whoa.
The way we throw, Sabrina's like, what? And we're like, yeah.
that time.
Yeah,
That time when
that
like
one
something
time.
super illegal
Meanwhile,
happened.
Chrissy and I talk about makeup.
We do. We talk about we
Well,
keep it
one
light.
time, yeah, not Chris. I know too much.
Yeah. Sabrina and I keep it light.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Chrissy's like coming into my room, like, let me tell you about the time where I developed childhood trauma. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That should be your next podcast if you ever talk about generational trauma.
You and
Alex
Alex.
and I
yeah,
would
you
just sit
too.
here.
Absolutely.
But the video I found was Sabrina, Amanda, and I just met these three guys who are just really cool, and they were heading back to where I was
The
living.
piggyback thing. Right?
Yeah, it was the piggyback video.
When I saw that video on the internet, I was like, what the fuck? I was waking up in my
Sabrina
bed next
had
to my husband.
willingly got on the back of this guy walking to our next
After
destination.
you and Amanda also did.
No, what I did was I squatted this man because he
Oh,
said
that is true. That's exactly what happened.
he got on my back.
Yeah.
I didn't get on
You
anyone
were like,
else's
look, I'm
back.
strong.
Yeah,
I had a husband.
yeah. And we stayed out till 7:30 in the morning at an IHOP, delirious over some toast.
It was when we were riding with them. Like, they gave us a ride.
Yeah.
I don't know where we were, but
I can't
Virginia
believe-
somewhere.
Yeah.
And we decided, let's go get food. Let's go to IHOP. And I was just back there in the truck, like,
Well, the guy had his
What
like
are we doing?
hand on your knee, I think.
Did
One
he?
of them.
Hand on the knees. Hand on the
that's so
knees.
funny because, like, I didn't care for that guy. And I don't think he even cared for me. We were just drunk.
It's the heat of the moment. But yeah, I can't believe we willingly got into the back of somebody's truck.
I know.
But for me, it's more of just like, I have 911 on speed dial right now, just in case. I'm video recording. Like,
Yeah.
I got the dash cam going. I'm ready.
I remember the license plate. Like,
I was stalking maps, too.
I'm leaving hair in the car. I am scratching everything. If they need to dust this car,
I'm putting my fingerprints
Yeah.
on stuff.
DNA is everywhere. They will know where I am.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is another low maintenance friendship. Best
All
friends.
friendships should be low maintenance.
Yeah, known her since I was 5. Talk once every few years, months. But it's the same. We always come back, and it's the exact same.
Yeah.
That's because we're growing up. Some people stay behind. It's a different season
Some
of life.
people.
Don't grow up.
Don't grow up. But I'm happy to have been like lucky enough to just grow up with people who are. I'm not saying we all need to be the same and have like the same mindset all the time, but
No.
just that understanding of this person's going through something. Like I haven't heard from them. That's okay. I'll reach out when I'm mentally sane again.
Yeah.
Like I've come in before to your apartment just kind of like in tears that I came over and I'm like crying and I'm just like, I just really needed a hug and I didn't
Yeah.
say anything because I wanted to be happy, but now I'm like upset.
Yeah.
And
Upset.
and they both just kind of like hug me like,
You're like,
this girl's going through
What
it.
is wrong?
What is wrong? She
I'm
looks
not the one.
psychotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Serena's more of like, oh, it's okay.
I'm never the one. I'm like, all right.
And Sarah will take the hug, but
Yeah.
she'll be like, what now?
Anywho.
I just like I think that's like a needed thing sometimes though, because I'm like, let me tell you how that's not at all an issue.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, all right, wrap it up.
You know what's funny? At one point, I did think, like, you are that person. Like, you are that person to just, like, not give you that type of, I don't know, I don't know what that's called, but like you're not the type of person to react like that. And for a while, I did think like, oh, I'm not gonna go to her for that. Example: when my aunt died.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I can't let her see me cry. It's not gonna. She's gonna be like, ew, you ugly.
I wasn't.
I know, and then you weren't.
Yeah.
So that like
Right, like if
when
it's
it
real
matters-
shit, it's real shit. When you
Yeah.
told me your childhood trauma thing, I got in bed with you and I cuddled and shit.
Yeah, like,
But if
she
it's
knows.
fake, I'm not doing that because like no, like when you broke up with your boyfriend, I was like, all right, like you're late for dinner, like let's get going.
Well, yeah, you were just kind of like, I didn't see that for you anyways.
Yeah, bye. Like
you have
moving
like
on.
the sixth sense to
Yeah.
know like what is needed.
But if it's real deep, like okay, come, let me give you a hug. But if it's like you're running late for dinner because of a boy, like bye bye.
True. I think that's what our second argument and riff was. I was like you, where I was like, I can't come to her
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
anything, and I didn't fill her in on the loop, and I was just acting out, and she was just kind of like calling me out on all of it, which I needed at the time. But also at that time, I was just very emotional and just like not ready to hear it.
it was my stomach.
And I was, yeah, you're like, hot pot. And I was just like, I don't have the time, or like, I just don't have like the mental intelligence right now. I'm in my feelings.
Yeah.
And that caused me to just kind of like react.
Be rude.
Rude and react. Yeah.
Yeah.
R&R. And
Rest and relaxation? No.
it was
rude and
not.
react.
Yeah. But I think that 2-month break when we came back and just kind of like talked it out, it was just more of like, you told me what you needed and I told you what I needed. And that's when I just understood our friendship better, where it was just like, your version of caring looks different than some other people. And that's it's not fair to compare that to somebody else. I
Yeah.
don't expect you to care the same way as somebody else does. And once I finally understood that, I was like, all right, I can pretty much tell her anything and she'll just be like, well, that sucks. I have a new fixation. I'm like, oh, great.
I just don't think like but that's funny because I'm not that way for myself. But for other friends, I am like, okay, like
Yeah.
let me show this person that she doesn't need to dwell on this because it's dumb. Like move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's another element of low maintenance friendships is like you will have like a little problem here and there, but like how you react to it should never be like
On the attack.
on the attack, like Patricia. Like it should be like,
Patricia.
okay, what is this? What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Like more often than not, you just don't fully understand each other like you thought you did.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and that happens.
We've never really had that happen again too.
Yeah,
So
no.
it was
Well-
just like it was growing pains.
Yeah, it is growing pains.
Again, that's like the strong
Oh.
foundation thing that we were talking about though with
Yeah.
the boys is like you don't really know somebody for a while. And at that time, the second argument, we'd only known each other for like just over a year.
Yeah.
So that happens less the more
Yeah.
time goes on.
Yeah.
Like Sabrina and I hardly ever have big stuff like that anymore. Actually, we don't.
No.
Because we actually will say like, okay, we're about to do something that's annoying you. Like, or we'll literally, we'll be like, okay, we're about to do that thing again. Like, let's just not do this.
Yeah. And then we
Yeah.
just
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. I'm upset. Just don't be upset.
No, like we do this weird thing where we just like both have to be right about a legitimately irrelevant
shit.
topic.
Yeah.
And it's like, but we're upset about it. And I'm like, we always will be like, okay,
Yeah.
we're not doing this.
Yeah. We're both like, we know that we're gonna egg each other on. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be a problem. So we're just gonna be like, okay, maybe I just need to relax and not talk about it.
Yeah.
And you're the
We
same.
need some quiet time.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We
Bye.
just disagree. It's okay.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on the pod
Thanks for having me.
and exposing all your friends.
No, you know.
That's what we like to do.
We really do.
Expose.
Expose.
I guess we'll tag you in a story. Go
Cutie.
follow her, whatever you want to do. I don't know who you're letting anybody in your. Are you public or private anymore?
I'm private.
Oh, okay, never mind. We won't tag her. But wish her luck. She's finishing her degree at George Mason
Oh, yay.
in communications and moving to a new state this year.
Yeah.
So big things are coming.
Big things are coming.
Um,
Thanks for being along for the ride.
Oh yeah, always. And until next time, bye, friend.
Bye, friend.
Bye, friend.
It just makes me want to sing.
Have you listened all